Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm very excited to be here. Before we get started, just can you all see the screen well? Okay, no, the opposite? Okay, maybe another try. Okay, how is that? Okay, perfect, perfect. So, let's get started. So, my name is Guy. I'm very happy to be here. I'm the CEO and founder of Knack, an American tech startup that I started out of my kitchen in New York City, and then built the first team in Palo Alto, California. And I want to share with you my story and why I'm here. But let's get started. And you know this guy? Anyone recognizes this actor? Who's that? No? Another try? Robert De Niro. What do you say? Anyone knows where this comes from? Which movie? No? Another try? 1,000 liras to whoever wins that. Okay, I keep it 1,000. It's from Bronx Tale. So he's telling his son, he's a bus driver, he's telling his son, the saddest thing in life is to waste your talent. And that's true. It's a very sad thing, but it's happening all over the world. And if you ask young people, what are you going to do in life? If you ask yourself, what are you going to do in life? How are you going to use your precious life? And what direction is right for you? People don't know the answer. And we are actually pretty fortunate. We're sitting here in Istanbul, in a university. We're all well-dressed, well-fed. I'm too well-fed, but everything goes well. But if you go to Bangladesh, or if you go to Delhi, or if you go to Favela Bochinha in São Paulo in Brazil, people don't have much money, don't have too many clothes, and cannot answer this question, and maybe have dreams and hopes, but they don't have tools. So, let me get kind of to why did I start Knack? Why did I start this company? Okay, because it's not a simple question. I didn't study technology, I didn't study computer science, I have zero background in any of the things that we do at Knack, but I started this company. And I want to tell you the story, okay? I want to share with you this very personal story, but don't tell it to anyone else, okay? So no tweeting, please. So, first of all, I graduated from a school in the United States. I got my PhD, and it was lots of fun, and it made me very confident. Anyone recognize this place? Shall I mention? Okay, exactly, so you guys know. Okay, you're better. So, I graduated, I was very confident. I said, that's going to be a great opportunity to get a great job on Wall Street. So, I applied to Wall Street, and I was looking for this job. And I was getting very excited about it. So, they said, okay, you graduated from a good school, why don't you come in for an interview? And I said, fantastic, I'm going to come down for an interview. So, this is what it looked like. It was a very traditional interview. And the interview didn't go very well initially. So they asked me all sorts of questions like, how good are you in dealing with such and such problem? And why should we hire you? And all sorts of other questions. And honestly, I was kind of trying to give answers, right? To make my way around. And then I thought, well, what should I answer this question or another question? It wasn't very clear. So I felt that they were basically looking for some gold, right? Or maybe a diamond. But they were going about it in a very unsophisticated way. And really what it felt like is something like that. It felt like no signals. I can talk, they can ask questions, I'm going to say the best answer that I can say, but in the end of the day, they don't understand me, they don't listen, or they don't care, and I don't know what to say. So the result, as you probably will be surprised, was that I got rejected. I was surprised. And I was actually upset about it. I said, well, I can help, I can do a great job, but they said, no, you're not the right person. And then I called them and I said, why do you think I'm not the right person? Guess what? They said, well, you don't think the way we want people to think. I said, well, that's interesting. How did you determine that? They said, well, we interviewed you. I said to myself, well, I interviewed them as well, and they don't think either. Well, anyway, it didn't help much, and I was without a job. And not only I was without a job, but my apartment in New York was completely ruined and flooded. And it was a big mess. You know, remember there was a big storm in New York, so my apartment got flooded, and I had no money, and I was basically sleeping on the floor. and I actually found a mattress out on the street and brought it in. So my life was pretty much in a mess. Still in a mess, but anyway. So, but it's for a different reason. It's a different mess today. It's a mess you cannot clean up. But anyway, no job, apartment is crappy, and I have my PhD, but people say, no, you're not good enough for us. So I said, okay, what do I do? I started thinking about what's the problem here, and the problem really troubled me. And the reason it troubled me is not only that I didn't get the job. What troubled me here was the fact that the only reason, the single reason I got an interview was because I graduated from a certain university. If I came and said, I graduated from a different university, and they wouldn't recognize the name, they would not call me for an interview. And I said, this is wrong, this is not fair. Why? Because, statistically, most of the best people, most of the most brilliant people are not in that university, are outside in the world. So, do they get a chance? The answer is no, they don't get a chance. Why? Because they don't have a certain name, and they don't have enough money, or whatever it is, or their parents didn't study in a good school. My parents didn't study in that school either. And I don't have money either, but I got into that school, fortunately, right? So I was lucky. What about all the other people that weren't lucky to get into that school? So I felt this was wrong, and this needed to be changed, and I felt that there is a lot of wasting of talent and potential of great people anywhere around the world, and I wanted to change how people get their job, and how people build a better life, and how people go about becoming successful, and how people make the best of their own talent and their own innate potential. Now, I started thinking about what's the solution, which way? I know that tests are not good, and questionnaires are not good, and interviews are not good, and my accent is not American accent, and maybe they're looking for an American accent, so accent and stuff is a problem. So I said, okay, what is the solution? And then I realized that Henry Ford, when he started building the first car, he said, if he asked people in the market, what do you want? People will tell him, we want a faster horse, right? So if you go back and you say, what innovation do you want me to give you? People will say, well, we want an incremental innovation. And I said, we don't want incremental innovation. Incremental innovation is boring. It's not going to get us very far, right? We don't want faster horse. We want a completely new solution, a completely new way to get into a job, right? So what I realized is that there was one Greek man, and I'm sorry to talk about Greeks here in Istanbul, but this Greek man was a very smart one. Anyone recognizes his face from this Instagram photo? No? Any guesses? 10,000 years. Huh? Aristotle? Socrates? Okay, I don't remember actually. So, but it was actually Socrates that said that you can, Plato, sorry, good, thank you very much. Plato, we share the prize. Okay, so he said that you can actually learn a lot about a person from just playing a game with a person. So if you play a game, if you play Monopoly or something else, we will learn a lot about each other, right? And there's going to be all sorts of things happening in the game, and the game is a much better way to understand a person than to ask people questions, or to give them a test, or to give them homework. That's boring, it's not insightful, it's not authentic, it's disengaging. Games are better. And then Walt Disney turned that insight into a whole empire. And he said that kids and adults are basically the same. Adults are just like kids. Everyone wants to be entertained. And then I discovered that the CEO of General Electric, Jack Welch, one of the previous CEOs, very well-known, celebrated businessman that built GE into a major empire, when he used to hire people for his executive team, he used to play golf with them. So why golf? Well, you know, he likes golf, but it could be Monopoly, basketball, it could be Sheshbesh, right? Is Sheshbesh in Turkey? Okay, right. It could be anything, because in a game, you can learn a lot about people. So he played golf, and I said, well, interesting. This is a smart man at a very smart company, playing games with people as part of the recruiting to get to know them, and we're going to do that in a digital way, in an AI way. So, here is what we built. I'll show you what we built. Now, I didn't build that, remember, I don't have any experience and background in technology. So, We've built a technology that has three components. It has the behavioral neuroscience, so this is all about the brain. It has the game theory, not just gamification, but also game theory, which comes from mathematics and signaling theory. And it has the machine intelligence, artificial intelligence, and data signaling and processing. Together, when you combine those things together, what you get is a game that looks like that, right? Those are our games. But it's not just a regular game, it's a game that understands the human mind of a person that plays the game in real time. And it helps you do amazing things. Now I want to tell you another quick story that when I started, people told me, are you kidding us? Are you trying to build a game that has also neuroscience and game theory and data science and artificial intelligence all in a game? They said it's hard enough to build a good game. You want to also build a good game that also has science and has artificial intelligence. Everything said, go home, we're not going to give you any money. And they didn't give me any money. That was investors in Silicon Valley. All the venture capital people that put money into Uber and other companies, they said, no, it's not going to work, you're not going to be successful, it's never going to happen, no one is going to use it, no one is going to pay money for that, so you're wasting your time. Guess what? Today, a few years later, it's being used in over 120 countries around the world. And it's being used by many companies, including General Electric and Tata and many other companies around the world. So, 3 minutes, that's it. Okay, we need to bargain a little. Okay, so let me fast track because I don't have much time, but I'm going to show you the movie after my presentation. But this is what happens. Once you play the games, you start learning and discovering what you can do with your life, where you can go, what type of careers, what type of education. And it is also available for employers and for universities and for schools and for governments and for cities. And here are some of the companies that are using that. So you can see GE and you can see many other companies that we recognize, but there are many others that we're not even putting here. And the results are amazing. When companies started using Knack for hiring, we saw immediate jump in the productivity of the new employees. And this is results from Citibank when you compare without Knack and with Knack, and you see amazing results. Now we were not only working with companies, we were helping people, and we're connecting people to the right jobs, to the right apprenticeships, to the right education, to the right skilling. We have now a partnership with edX, right? Well, you all know about edX. And we're going to have some new partnerships soon with other companies like edX. Because people come to Knack and find what they can do in life and what's the right direction for them, and then they connect with jobs and apprenticeships and learning and education much more. And we love algorithms, we love AI, so we developed many algorithms. Here is the first set of algorithms that we developed that help people from how they play the games find out about their skills and their strengths, and about many strengths and unique talents that they have. And they can find about their 21st century skills that we've developed into algorithms that measure data from the games. And they can also find what's their education direction for them. Is it engineering? Is it life sciences? Is it healthcare? Is it economics and finance? Is it banking? And then they can find what's the right career direction, what's the right job for them. And maybe they have a knack for entrepreneurship and startups, or for leadership and management. All this is possible from how a person plays the game. It's not a simple technology, but it works really well. And some companies even ask us to develop for them a unique algorithm so they can identify the people that are best suited for their purpose. Now, who uses Knack? I want to show you some faces so it comes to life. So here is a woman, she's actually Turkish, and I met her in Berlin. She works for Deutsche Telekom in Berlin, right? And those are some people that are shown kind of to the left a bit, but those are executives from Unilever. And here you can see this person, a Japanese person. I met him in Davos at the World Economic Forum. He played our games, an executive. Next to him, a younger lady. Look at her face. Whenever people see her face, they say, wow, look at that. She is really engaged and immersed in the game. Here you have a CEO, okay? So we're not showing his face, but he likes the games as well. And those are young people in New York on Wall Street, and those are some more young people at Adecco in Zurich. And those are some young Indians at university in Delhi. And those are young people in Johannesburg that don't have a job and are not in school. Those are unemployed young people without much opportunity in South Africa. And those are people, this young woman, she is a refugee from Syria playing the games in Berlin as part of hiring into BMW. So BMW doesn't understand exactly the certificate that she brought from Syria, and there is language barrier, but they want to find people and give them a chance to get into the economy. And here you can see some more people that came with her. And then this young girl, she lives in the Philippines in an area called Mindanao. Mindanao is one of the poorest regions in the world. People, I see some people know this area. People live in Mindanao on less than $2 a day. Imagine living on less than $2 a day. What is that, like 10 liras a day? Okay, pretty hard, right? What do you get for 10 liras? So, first time that she's playing a game, first time that she's touching a device, we sent those very low-cost tablets to the school. And then the next day, the parents came and said, we want to play as well because we want to know what we can do with our lives. And here's another kid, and some more from New York City, and some more from Africa here. You can see sitting in a church and playing. So we have people from really all over the world, all languages, ages, races, ethnicities, cultures, education level, income level, socioeconomics, all playing the games. Why? Because games are games, and games are leveling a playing field and remove the barriers to entry, and everyone can engage because, like Walt Disney said, adults and kids are all the same. And it doesn't matter if you're Arab or European or Muslim or Christian or Jewish, it doesn't matter, right? A game is a game, and the game doesn't care about all those things. So we're really working to change the world. And here is a young lady in India that doesn't have high school diploma, but she's playing the games. And we found out that most of the human potential in India is underwater. People don't know about it, but, and there is a big but, the games and the technology enable us actually to find the people that have the potential and give them a better future. US government recently gave us an endorsement about the technology, removing bias and using technology to find the potential of people and put them on the right direction for education, for skill development, for entrepreneurship, for startups. We have some papers all over the place and lots of industry reports from McKinsey, The Economist, Financial Times, many books that were written and talking about Knack, lots of press, but I want to finish with really a few more slides. And this is the ecosystem that we're building. So we didn't just build games, we built games that are the part of a larger ecosystem. The Knack ecosystem, the Knack platform, connects people to opportunity. Companies have opportunities, schools have opportunities, some banks have opportunities to give money to people. But how do you connect between the banks and the people, between the jobs and the people, between the education and the people? We're building this ecosystem that uses the games and the data and the science to give everyone a chance to get into the game and build a better future. So when people are starting to say, what am I going to do with my life, my precious life, they have a tool, they have an opportunity. The ecosystem is removing all the bias, making it inclusive, making it diverse, which is really important, and equal. But dreams don't work unless we work. So we need to get the tools, we need to use the tools. And there is good AI that can help us do what we weren't able to do before. So in the words of this person, and 1 million lira to whoever recognizes this person. Okay, no one. Yogi Berra. No one knows Yogi Berra? Okay. This is a baseball player, but this baseball player is an American baseball player that is very well known not for his baseball, but for what he said. And he said actually a very smart sentence, with a very smart line, that the future is not what it used to be. So think about it. Thank you very much. Now, just so I can show my team that I was really in Istanbul and talking to all of you, we're going to do a group selfie, okay? So are you all ready? Okay, let's do that, okay? Okay, please, all smile. All, okay. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Teşekkür ediyoruz Gaya. Öncelikle Knack ilginizi çektiyse dışarıdaki standlarına uğrayabilirsiniz. Standta Knack Türkiye temsilcisi Ayşe Hanım var. Kendisinden bilgi alabilirsiniz. oyun üstü birçok karakterlerle güzel bir oyunlaştırma kurgusu var. Bundan faydalanabilirsiniz.
It was a great presentation.